It's Tiffanys content, and as we told you, that winter weather was on its way and that cold front is here and may be stationary for a lot of states. Now we're in Chicago today, and you can just see that all of the migrants are starting to see the snow for the first time, and they're facing a lot of winter weather, freezing below temperatures, and they may be in a lot of danger this coming season if they do not find a shelter that they need. You can see here that there is many tents right downtown Chicago in the police stations. They are just setting up wherever and anywhere that they can be seen so that the government can take action and find shelter. Now there is a few churches that are open, but a lot of people are saying that they are just hunkering down for this winter weather and building tents and gathering everything that they need. So we're going to watch a few shows just to get an idea.
Which has had everyone reaching for their winter coats.
Yeah, for many of the migrants newly arrived here to Chicago, it marks their first experience with winter in the Chicago area. Casey Cronus is live on the near north side with the latest. Casey.
Hey, Don and Scott. Well, the snow has been falling all afternoon here, on and off, and it is something that many migrants are experiencing for the very first time. Since we got here a couple hours ago, we've seen a lot of them taking photos, making snowballs, and despite this cold, yes, there are a lot of smiles here as they see snow for the first time in their lives. Now, in response to this cold weather and snow, the CTA will be providing warming buses during certain hours at 16 police districts and at the landing zone. But long-term solutions are still desperately needed. There are thousands of migrants sleeping in the lobbies and outside of police stations, including here at Police District 18. As the temperatures drop, community members are stepping up. Earlier this afternoon, we watched as someone brought warm winter clothing to the families staying in tents here. At the same time, the city is working with organizations like One Warm Coat to collect and donate hats, gloves, socks, and jackets to those in need.
We're leveraging every space that we can and every partnership that we can, whether that's, making sure that people have access to coats, gloves, even shoes. Sometimes people are arriving in flip-flops.
They can develop hypothermia so quickly. Even at 50 degrees Fahrenheit, you can develop hypothermia with prolonged exposure or with wet clothing. And children are more likely to develop hypothermia because their bodies are not able yet to regulate their body temperatures like a healthy adult would be.
And you can see behind me the snow is starting to collect on these migrant tents. There are many ways that you can help, including donating a new or gently used coat or holding a coat drive of your own in partnership with One Warm Coat. We'll have all the details on how you can help on our website, fox32chicago.com. Reporting live from Police District 8.
Ready. That's the kind of day it's been.
It was too late for a white Christmas, but the winter season finally showed its festive side around Chicago. Northern Lake County, Illinois saw the first flakes just before lunchtime.
I'm a little afraid to drive in the snow. You know how everybody is when the first snow.
The temperature dropped and fresh snow laid a slick foundation on the road surface, sending at least one car sliding off into a light pole. Fleets of plows and salt trucks that have been dormant since last winter.
Well, Mike and Ray, migrant families deeply concerned about the harsh elements, not knowing how much longer it'll be before they get moved to shelters. And as you might imagine, parents especially worried about their kids. Parents say exposure to the cold is making their kids sick. We don't know what to do, this Venezuelan mother of three confesses, with the inevitable arrival of snow and bitter cold. We feel that one way or another, she says, we're trapped. For now, at least, no CTA warming buses in the afternoon outside the snow-capped tent village housing homeless immigrants at Chicago's 19th Police District. Here there are 4 small children, this Venezuelan father shows us, and a young girl over here pointing to tents where he says families sleep. I have 3 children, he tells us, ages 5, 3, and 1. The 25-year-old dad reluctant to reveal his identity, not wanting to offend his 19th district hosts, because he claims there's not enough room in the lobby to house all the children, many of them, he says, getting sick. It's not just, the father tells us, that police officers are denying an indoor space for my son, he alleges. We reached out to police to get their assessment on sleeping arrangements at the 19th District, News Affairs referring us to the mayor's office. The situation is a little bit difficult because the truth is it has been very cold. You may be wondering if Illinois' Child Welfare Agency has concerns about kids spending their days and nights in the cold. A DCFS spokesperson says that the agency hasn't received any complaints, but didn't respond to a follow-up question about whether it would investigate or intervene on migrants' behalf.
The first snow of the season, and a first for many migrants as they take pictures of something they're not used to seeing. But the reality of snow means cold temperatures, as many new arrivals are without heavy coats, gloves, boots, and indoor shelter. Elle and other volunteers brought coffee and hot chocolate to migrants at the 3rd Police District on the south side, where new arrivals must stay outside during the day. And while some kept their blood flowing with some sidewalk soccer, others huddled inside the entryway of the police station or inside tents. Volunteers say as the weather gets worse, living at police stations is no longer sustainable.
We try to tell them how, they can put tarps on top of the tents, and we have Mylar blankets inside, but it's not very helpful. They need to get into shelters.
Volunteer Arciela Guerrero has been organizing clothing donations. The city is providing warming buses at police stations. Plans for winterized base camps and more shelters are underway, but they're not coming fast enough to decompress the police stations. City Council's Immigration Committee Chairman, Alderman Andre Vasquez, says the governor must call on other cities to help.
We know what these Chicago winters feel like. We're going to see people get sick or worse. So anyone that's got any opportunities for shelter, any units, any neighbors who have anything, this is the time we have to step up.
With the temperatures dropping, Franzel has already seen migrants get sick.
And that's what we're worried about. A lot of people getting sick. There's a lot of kids and innocent kids. The good thing is they did enjoy seeing snow for the first time. They loved it. They were playing in it. But when it faced reality, we know that snow is no joke. It is freezing temperatures that bring snow into play. And this is why we want to make sure that everyone is on alert of what's going on in Chicago in this winter weather with all the migrants there in the tents and people just needing a place to stay. As you can see, the weather is nothing to play with. It is the real deal. So if you're able to donate coats or scarves or blankets, go ahead and follow your local listings for that information, but you can definitely see that it is needed. I'll keep you updated on this winter weather as it storms through our states. Are you ready for the winter? It's Tiffanys content. Like, share, subscribe.